Capricorn, this is your February 2020 forecast reading. If you'd like a personal reading from me, or one of those incredible soulmate readings, or any of the other readings I offer, please go to my website. You will see the link is in the description box below. You can purchase or order your readings from there. Right, Capricorn, so what I've done for February, Lenormand cards come up first. I've done a longer relationship reading because February the 14th is Valentine's Day for many of you. And then we finish up with tarot cards. So first up, let's look at those Lenormand cards. Now, these are the fated elements coming into your life in February. They are the energies that are around you, influencing you. They bring people and situations into your life. How you respond or react is how your story will unfold. So what are these energies? We get the cross, we get the messenger, we get the book, we get the mice, and we get the tulips. So the story could be, how it could unfold, is that you have had something which has been bothering you. It's been a burden to you. It can be in any area of your life. These are the energies that can affect any area of your life. It's going to depend on your own life story. News comes in quite suddenly about whatever, and it affects this particular burden. It's about this particular burden, or it affects this burden in your life, whatever it may be. I hear money for some of you. It could be a monetary burden. What it does is it brings you information, and it also gives you the opportunity to dig a bit deeper, do a little bit of research, find out a little bit more. It sort of opens those doors or those channels. And what before was really plaguing you, it seems to be that it wasn't just one big burden, it was little things. Little things were adding up and piling up. That's what the mice card normally means. Where the cross is one big burden, the mice card will speak about lots of little things that were bugging, that were eating away at you, that were pestering you. So perhaps what you can do then, and what can happen then, is you can break this down into smaller things. The end result, the tulips, is a gift. So maybe the information that comes in is a gift for you. Maybe the research you do, or the digging a bit deeper, ends up being a gift for you. Something is gifted for you. Perhaps even you get some kind of monetary gift or some kind of monetary relief, which is a gift to you. But some kind of gift comes in. So it's a sequence of events where news comes in fairly quickly. You do a bit of digging, a bit of discovery. You learn something. You then break down this burden into smaller little bits. But you will realize also as well then that it's probably been bugging you on a lot of different fronts. It's been eating away at you on a lot of different fronts. But some kind of gift is the final result of this. Something that is given you, something you don't have to work for, something you don't have to try and get. It's given to you by the end of February. And somehow it has to do with this burden. Perhaps you've had a monetary burden and someone gives you a gift in some way. They give you a free something, or they give you the actual money. To me, it feels like there's something given you which is a gift, and it helps to alleviate the burden. That's the distinct message that I'm getting. So it's probably going to depend on your own life story, what that burden is, and what form that gift comes in for you. So the relationship cards, I've picked a few more than I usually do in your monthly reading, as I said, because February 14th is Valentine's Day for many of you. And I'm first going to read what it says on each card, and then I will speak to both of those of you that are in established relationships as well as those of you that are looking for relationships. So the first card is separation. On the card it says time apart from your partner is on the horizon. The second card says healing family issues. Your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. New love says a new person has stirred your romantic feelings. The wedding says the situation involves marriage. So let's speak to those of you that are in established relationships. You may have to spend time apart from your partner this month, February. It could be your partner has to go away, you might need to go away, or either one of you is particularly busy, so you don't have as much time to spend with each other, if any at all. Somehow this time apart heals something up for you. Maybe you get to appreciate, I hear the words, absence makes the heart grow fonder. That could be what happens, because the next card is new love and then wedding. So what I'm seeing is these are very established relationships, and that love for that person is rekindled because you spend time apart. And somehow that time apart also helps you to resolve an old dynamic, an old relationship dynamic that stems back to your childhood. It inadvertently does that. Obviously, it's not quite as inadvertently as we think. These situations are always set up for us to learn and grow. Now, those of you that are looking for partnerships, it could be that you've just stepped out of a partnership, out of a relationship. You could be single because of that. I think it's happened fairly recently. It could be you've just met someone and you can't be together just yet. Somehow, what needed to happen first was you needed to learn, grow through, and experience and heal an old family dynamic. An old family dynamic that possibly really was hindering or hampering your relationships. This happens in that time. But it happens quickly because, this is all showing up in your February reading. After that, this new love steps in. So maybe you have broken up with someone and somebody new comes along really quickly. Maybe it's a case of you just met someone but you couldn't be together, but they come back into your life very quickly. They start interacting in your life really quickly. And you get to experience this real romance with this new person. And this new person could be the one that you finally marry. This has long-term potential written all over it. Whenever the wedding card turns up, I will also say, if you are invited to a wedding, there's a very good chance that you may meet someone there that you may have romantic feelings for. You may not be able to be with them immediately, but the potential is there for the future because there seems to be an issue first, something that needs to be dealt with in your own life in order for you to have a good relationship in the future with this person. There's some kind of healing that needs to happen, and it will happen. And like I say, these cards are all showing up in your February reading. So this is a short-term sort of healing that needs to take place. I'm not saying that it's something that happens and you quickly heal from, but it's probably a very old story. Well, it is. It comes from your childhood. But the final little healing takes place in February so that you can move on and have that healthy long-term relationship that you are hoping and wanting, if that is the case for you. And as I said, this person shows long-term potential. You may very well, in fact, be marrying this person, despite the fact that either you have just left a relationship and someone new turns up really quickly, or you couldn't be with this person immediately. They still show signs of a very long-term potential relationship. Right, now if we move on to your tarot cards, you get the Maiden, which is the second major arcana. You get the Four of Earth and you get the Queen of Air. Now the Maiden, as the second card in this particular tarot deck, speaks about a certain amount of innocence, a certain amount of joyous enthusiasm. Look how she's just skipping along. She's looking at the roses. She really doesn't seem to have a worry in the world. She's released a little butterfly. It's all green and pretty, and there's a path for her. So you kind of get to step off on that kind of journey in February. There's the potential for that kind of experience, that kind of journey, those kind of feelings. You have been, typical Capricorn style, working really hard. You have even had a little bit of blood, sweat, and tears involved in the work you have been doing. You've been doing diligent duty. That's Capricorn. Diligent and dutiful are words that can definitely be applied to Capricorn. You held it up yourself. You were the one that held up that archway. The bee above that always represents a really hard worker. But finally, the final card, the Queen of Air, is smart working. That's not hard working, it's smart working. So you may find in February you have that opportunity. She uses her intellect, she uses clear thinking, she uses clarity to gain her goals rather than pure physical labor or hard work. So you might get that opportunity in February. Life may take that kind of turn. It will free you up to be that maiden, skipping along on a pathway, looking at the roses, playing with butterflies. So that is what comes up for you. So where you have been working really hard and really diligently at something, really blood, sweat and tears kind of work, February sees the opportunity to work wiser and smarter, to use the intellect more and the physical labor less. And this frees you up to kind of pursue a more light-hearted, more carefree, more innocent even way of doing things on whatever this goal or journey is that you are on. So it could be that situations and people crop up in your life that help you with this. It could be that you finally just get to the point where you think, you know what, I've done the blood, sweat and tears. Now I'm just going to take it a little bit more easy, take more time to myself to have a more carefree time, more enjoyable time, and I will apply myself when I need to, as I see the need to, but using more of the intellect than actual that blood, sweat, and tears that you were doing before. So that all opens up for you in February. That potential opens up for you in February. So that is really, really nice. So for those of you that have been working really hard on goals and projects and really putting your all into it, you will see a shift happening in February. You will see a change of energy, basically, that gives you the opportunity to not work quite so hard, to use thinking and strategy a little bit more than actual hard work. And that frees you up to have a little bit more time to enjoy the good things in life, a little bit more time to spend with children, even possibly with your children, other people's children, or just to have a more carefree, childlike attitude even, and a more innocent approach to life in general. You know, hard work can sometimes destroy that very much. It can take the innocence, the innocent enjoyment out of something. So that could even be returned to a project or a goal that you were busy with that had just become a slog, can now return to having sort of kind of that innocent enjoyment that you had when you first started that project or that goal. I hope that you enjoyed that reading. If you would like to book or purchase readings, I'll just repeat again, please go to my website. The link is in the description box below. Wishing you much love and blessings for the month ahead.